Hey everybody, good to see you again and welcome to the next in our series of episodes of Inclusion Differently. If you're ready, let's get started. To see you everybody, welcome back to the next episode in Inclusion Differently. My name's Jackie Handy and this series is really talking about the questions and reflections in my book. You might be able to see it on the shelf behind me. It's called The Little Book of Belonging and it's your weekly guide to inclusive habits. If you've got a copy of the book, then you'll probably be following along with the different quotes and reflections each episode. And if you haven't yet, well, why not? Head on over to my website, jackiehandy.com/shop. That's where you'll find the link to buy it. It's exclusively available on that website. And as you'd expect from the map behind me, I ship globally. So wherever you are in the world, you can access a copy. So each episode we talk about one of the questions and reflections in the book, and each of these you'll find on a playlist called Inclusion Differently on my YouTube channel. So head on over, find me, Jackie Handy, hit the subscribe for me, and then you'll be able to access all of the videos so far if you have missed any of those. But without further ado, let's talk about the question that I wanted to pose to you today from the book. It's this one here. Where is there room for improvement and who is not yet in the room? So I guess it's kind of two questions in one, isn't it? The first part of that question then, where is there room for improvement, is to remind you and prompt your thinking not to underestimate the steps that you've already taken in your inclusion journey and not to stop you celebrating those milestones and those steps forward. But it is to get you constantly reflecting on what else can I do? And in fact, in one of our earlier videos together, we talked about that question, what else? So what more can I be doing to ensure that the people in my network are feeling valued, safe and included? And then this final question then, this second part of the question is who is not yet in the room? You probably know that I speak at conferences and events, and one of the things I often say to people is I don't just look around the room at who is in the room, but I contemplate who is not. So the room for you, and maybe a literal room, or it may be a metaphorical one that represents your social circle, or indeed the employees in your workplace. Who is not yet in the room, either physically or who perhaps has not yet been given the opportunity to share their viewpoint? When you have a decision to make, do you always go to the same one or two people? Or do you expand your network to get different perspectives and opinions? And in business, we know it can really benefit us from getting a plethora of opinions and thought processes. But actually still, so often, we stay blinkered and in our kind of circles of comfort, if you like, with those trusted one or two. So I get you to think about what benefits it might have to you by bringing other voices in, bringing, of course, greater diversity into an organisation perhaps or your social circle, but also the benefits of giving those new perspectives. Because, of course, they're often perspectives that haven't even crossed our own minds before, because clearly we have our own map of the world. So I'm going to ask you to really ponder that question. What more can I do in terms of improving what I've already started on this journey of diversity and inclusion? But also, who is not yet in the room? Whose voice have I not yet heard? Who am I not yet including intentionally? That's the key. And who could I be simply excluding unintentionally? So, it's the same thing, isn't it? Two sides of the same coin. I leave you to think about that. As always, I would love your thoughts, your comments, and of course, if ever you've got any questions, reach out to me. I'm on this new great thing called Clubhouse as well. If you're an iPhone user and you're part of Clubhouse, follow me. Just at Jackie Handy, that's my handle. And I run little rooms and groups as well. So follow me, and you'll be able to kind of keep up to date with what I'm doing on there as well. But look, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay safe and well. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Inclusion Differently with me, Jackie Handy, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye for now.